Hey, Mike with D2D Millionaire here. And do you ever have people say they're not interested in buying from you, but never even give you a reason why? Well, today's video, I want to go through how you can handle that and how to get people to still buy if they don't give you an exact reason of why they're not buying. So one thing that's more frustrating than anything else is when someone says they want to think about it, or they're not interested, or they say, it's not for me, but they never even give you a reason why. That can be really frustrating. And one way that you can eliminate that problem is by flushing out what the real objection is. So if you're struggling with that, people aren't giving you an actual objection or concern of why they don't want to get started with your products or services, today's video will answer that question and help you out with that. So a couple strategies you can use to get better results if you're getting that a lot or people are not even giving you a reason why they're not buying. So one is going to be using a win-win statement. And basically what this means is you use a statement that it doesn't really matter how they answer. It's going to at least lead you closer to flushing out what the real concern or objection might be of why they're not buying from you today. So an example, let's say that you market security systems and they say they're not interested, or oh, it's not for them, or whatever the case might be. A great win-win statement could be, oh, hey, I understand that. What company did you decide to go with this year? And so again, in that instance, they either have to say, oh, well, I didn't choose a company, or I went with XYZ company. So if they say, oh, they didn't have a company, well, then you can like, oh, I can understand that. Why? What was your main reason for not having a service this year? And then it can, again, hone back in on what the real concern or objection might be. Or if they said, well, I went with XYZ company, at that point, then you can move forward on working on a switchover account in that example. So using win-win statements is a great way to flush out what the real objection and concern might be. And if they still don't give you what the concern really is after that first question, you can actually just keep using win-win statements over and over again, and eventually it will lead to what their main concern or objection really is. Another great strategy you can use is using assumptive statements. So if someone isn't giving you an exact reason or concern or objection of why they're not going to buy, just assume one for them, right? So you might say something like, oh, well, I'm sure you're not getting started today because you've already went with a pest control company, right? Which one did you choose? So that could be an example. Or again, you might say something like, oh, so is the reason for not getting started today that you're concerned you won't be home when we're applying the treatments? So again, that's another option where they might be, oh, well, no, that's not really my concern. It's XYZ. So you can use that in an effective way of asking questions with win-win statements, and then also using an assumptive statement where you basically assume a statement or a concern for the potential customer. If they won't give you one, you throw one out there for them, and then at that point they can either say, yeah, that's the reason why I didn't get started, or that's why I'm hesitant, or they can reveal the real reason. And at the same time, when you're doing this, make sure that you're not doing it in an offensive way, right? You don't want to make assumptions of why they're not buying. You don't want to be like, oh, well, probably not buying because you're broke, right? And so not a good idea, right? You're going to offend some people. So what you want to do is do it in a non-offensive way, and do it in a way where you're showing compassion and concern of why they really aren't getting started, because your job is to be there to help them and solve a problem that they have with your product and service. So again, one of the best compliments you can get in door-to-door sales is someone seeing you as a messenger of good news, or seeing you in not a light of just another salesperson, where you're there offering them some type of service, some type of product that's really going to help impact their life and then solve a problem or handle a need for them. That's really why you're there. So if you can flesh out what their real concern or objection is, it can go a long way to helping you make that sale and helping that person. So hopefully you guys got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share. And if you are in sales or door-to-door marketing, be sure to head on over to d2dmillionaire.com and fill out the information there to get access to our free podcast training on how to avoid the 5 most common reasons why sales reps fail in door-to-door sales. So if you're struggling, not making the money you want to make, or again, maybe you want this year to be your best year yet, head on over to d2dmillionaire.com, fill out that form to get access to that great training. But thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.